Welcome to the Dead Unicorn, the show you'll think is better than porn. I can't say that. It's a tabletop role playing game club. My name is Corey. We're playing Cyberpunk Polymer Dreams, and I'm happy that you're
We
here
spit
to
only
join
the
us.
realest of reels here.
And hey, they clicked on this video instead of a porn video, so
We can't say that word!
You're gonna have to cut this out.
Corn video. He said corn.
Like the chip.
sorry, I bit my tongue right as I was saying. the
Oh,
word.
man.
Sorry.
Sasha, did you just say corn like the chip?
Yes, ma'am.
I would have gone with the. Wait, hold on. What is corn? I think corn is grass.
It's a
You know what?
It's a big lump with knobs. It has the
It's a
juice.
band. It's a grass. It's a grain.
All
a
right.
lifestyle.
Well, y'all are gonna make me unalive myself here. So,
We can't say that, Corey.
no, we can't say the other word. Unaliving is the one we say because we can't say the other one.
Self-harm ideation is not a good thing to normalize.
Okay. Well, our cast is Tarek, who is playing Elmanos, Sasha, who's playing Gas, Lady Valkyrie, who's playing Steelheart. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And of course, we have James, who is our resident Cyber Lord and is going to get us up to speed because we are playing Cyberpunk Red. I would like to thank all of our patrons scrolling at the bottom of the screen. They help keep the lights on here. Also, hit the subscribe button. You know what? I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button.
He gets all misty-eyed about it.
Do it. Join our server and talk with us about corn chips.
Actually, we're having a conversation about sex in role playing games. It'll be fun. James, go ahead.
All right. Well, if you're tuning in, you've probably watched all the other episodes. If not, go ahead, watch them. Get caught up that way. We'd love it.
But it's a live stream right now, so keep watching this one while it's live.
Stay here for this, but I'm only going to recap the last bit. We've had big fight, right, that got interrupted by the holidays. We finished that fight. There were a lot of crits and fumbles on both sides. And we almost lost two of our characters along the way. Okay, especially during the recovery, we almost lost the doctor.
We had to grow her
They were
lungs.
smart about how they went about the fight and managed to get out with everybody alive, if not fully intact.
Sasha, does those new lungs that Gas has, do they have the new lung smell to them?
Well, they're new to Gas. They're used.
I don't think you can smell your lungs.
Pre-owned lungs.
On an exhale, you technically are smelling your lungs every time.
She's
I
got
don't want to think about it, though.
She's got a little air freshener hanging from her uvula.
No, I got vampires there.
The vampires would be at the front of the mouth. The uvula's at the back.
Sasha, why do you
Then
have
there's a
vampires?
tongue.
Why do you have vampires back there?
Don't ask silly questions.
Does that mean you can't eat garlic bread? If so, I'm very sad for you.
Bleh.
You know how they make Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal? There should be garlic bread cereal.
There is.
Keep it at your house and serve it to your friends that you think are a little suspicious.
There is at the store I work at, in the freezer
We've lost James.
section, Texas toast garlic bread as a regular thing.
No, I mean, as a cereal. Like little cereal garlic bread.
I think
Pour
adding milk to that would be kind of weird, though.
Minis.
Adding cheese isn't bad, so I don't know anymore.
Yeah, see, you don't know until it actually is in front of you and you taste it. It seems like it would be bad, but no, let's try it. Let's try it out.
I just think the combination of garlic plus milk does not equal good.
Crazy YouTube chefs make this happen. Garlic bread cereal. All right.
But anyway,
Moving
after
on.
the fight, they went to a clinic, got themselves patched up, got taken care of, and now we'll be going into the next day because, well, after all the surgeries, you ain't moving anywhere until the morning at least. And you're going to be meeting with Michael Hart on the docks.
We probably need to roll for healing today. Those of us who are wounded.
It hasn't been a full day. It's just been the night, and you did your rolls last night.
But you did say this day we would be getting our luck back.
Yes,
Yes.
that is correct.
Look.
Because a new chapter has started, you can all update your luck back to max.
I thought you healed overnight, and that was when you did like bed rest and tended to wounds.
It's basically every 24 hours, and you guys did a basic, and it's also not a rolled thing except for the doctor taking care of you. So at this moment, there is no rolls because you already did the rolls for the treatment last night, and you can only do one per 24 hours.
And I was so busy making videos this week that I forgot to increase my handgun and heavy weapons skill. I'm still going to do that right now.
That's fine. So you guys are back in the van and driving to the docks. Hermanos and Gas are definitely in the back seats, kind of laying out a bit because, convalescing. Cardiac
Driving over bumps, my ass. My ass.
Cardiac is in the shotgun seat. Dr. Young is in the back as well. So between Hard Cell and Steelheart, which one of you are driving?
Steelheart usually drives.
All right. Then the Dr. Young managed to snag the seat right behind the driver's seat. As you pull up to the docks, and you see Michael standing next to a boat. Well, he's talking on his cell phone. So as you get out of the van, how about everybody gives me a perception check?
Perception or human perception?
If you want to do a human perception on him, that's fine too. It'll get you different information than a regular perception, though.
Looks like everyone rolled perception.
Okay, and everybody got well enough to catch him saying to whoever he's on the phone with, yeah. Oh, they're here. I gotta go. Hey, you guys made it. All right, excellent. The Steel Rose here is going to take us out to Colony. Well, they call it Tiger Claw. I don't know why, but it's one of the big ones out there. We're going to go there first, then hit a couple other places along the way, kind of muddy our trail a little bit, and on our way to where we'll get in a plane. So let's get you all loaded up.
And I assume the van is getting loaded as well?
It's going to cost a little extra for cargo shipping, but yeah, you guys can take the van with you on this step.
Steelheart definitely would prefer doing that because the thing has proven durable.
I feel like Elmanos would ask Steelheart if she could help her repair the damage to her bodysuit.
Of course. What is the expense on that? What's?
It's 100 EB for cargo fee for the first leg here.
I was referring to Elmanos's.
And Elmanos, that would be you make the repair roll first, and we see how that goes. Because you roll poorly, it's going to take more materials to fix it up than if.
I just remember, based on the cost of things that it's been a while since I've had to do this, so. But I remember some things where based on the cost it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, that's for
repair-
upgrading, fabricating, and inventing.
yeah, for repairing
Gas
it,
is your
it's
armor check.
like 10% of original cost, depending upon how badly damaged it is, and also how well you roll on the repair.
Remind me how I do a repair roll, because would that be field or would that be like one of the technique skills that I need to double check?
Yeah, that would be a field expertise would work. See here under the basic tech probably would be the secondary method of doing it.
I think I actually am better with basic tech because I have a field of.
Now, note the field expertise is easier. It's a lower
Okay.
DC.
So lower DV because it's field expertise, but basic tech, I have a higher modifier, but it is a higher difficulty. Thank you.
Mhm,
Been a while
mhm.
since I've had to do this. Yeah. Steelheart
I'm
would
assuming
serve.
I get a -2 to my rolls because I'm injured.
Yeah, so do I.
I have not been injured. Wait, have I been? I have
No.
taken damage this game. Okay, good.
Yeah, you've taken some damage at some point, but not in this last fight because you were
Yes.
very smart and got out.
And I don't think as severely. I think it takes some severe damage to get that specifically.
Yes.
How field expertise works is you add this rank to any basic tech, cyber tech, electronic security, weapons tech, land, sea, air, vehicle tech,
Oh,
for any repairs or anything that isn't covered by the other 3 maker abilities.
so now this drop down menu is making sense because looking at field expertise, when I click it, it gives me the option to choose a skill. So choose a skill, choose basic tech for repairing Elmanos's jumpsuit.
Yep.
Okay. And also, Steelheart will pay the thing for the car.
Okay.
We'll make this roll. 26.
All right. How many armor points down was it?
2.
Okay. Then that is definitely more than enough to fix both points. And the original cost of the suit was what?
Original cost of my body weight suit is. I have to look it up. Give me 1 second. 1,000 EB.
Okay. So then that'll cost for 2 points of armor repair on thing that has electronics built into it as well. Call that a total of 100 EB for the repairs.
All right, so 100 EB for repairs for Elmanos.
What are you wearing,
Body.
Almanos?
A body weight suit. And you mean like clothing?
No, like your armor.
And
Body weight suit.
then how much was it for the car?
It was also 100.
Okay, so 100 for both of those.
You think we could fix up Gas's gear too? Because I took some.
Yes,
damage as
I will certainly try.
I'm just wearing a light armor jack, which is only worth 100 EB.
So that's field expertise with basic tech.
Mm-hmm.
I can also assist.
A little bit worse.
Still doesn't need the that. How much was it down?
3.
Okay, so that'll be 50 EB to repair it.
Total
Mm-hmm.
50 EP repairing. Okay. The tech doing tech things. This is fun.
Yep, and I'm going to say that all of that is occurring while you're traveling.
Yes.
And as pretty much as soon as you are 10 minutes out from the dock, Mr. Hart gets a hard sell and goes, All right, you seem to be the one that's in charge of your little group, so I figure I'd talk to you man to man about what we're doing. First, we're going out to Tiger Claw. Then we'll be going to a couple lesser places and making our way to New Galveston. Once there, we'll go to an airport and just fly back to Night City. Sound like a good plan to you?
Is there an alternate plan?
You might have one.
I do not.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is our only plan. Let's do it. You know what? I'm gonna get my sunglasses on. I didn't dress. No stuff in my hair today because I'm doing something after this. I'm leaving.
I was wondering what looked different.
But I can always just put on the sunglasses. And that always gets me into character. You guys ready to go?
Tiger Claw's one of the big ports off of New Orleans, and so it's also a good trade hub. I mean, nothing's illegal there.
Oh, excellent.
Now, they're not going to have anything cutting edge either, but...
You know, I had fun with a flamethrower earlier today, and I was thinking maybe I could get something like that for myself.
I'm pretty sure they'd have some. After all, flamethrower's great pirate repellent.
Ooh. Are we going to run into pirates? Are there pirates in the Gulf of Mexico?
Yeah.
Is it still the Gulf of Mexico, or is it the Gulf of Neo-Mexico?
It's still the Gulf of Mexico. Though some people don't choose to just refer to it as the crater.
The crater?
Yeah, because that's the impact point that killed the dinosaurs.
Well, I mean, not the Gulf itself. But, yeah, there was a part of it.
Part of the Gulf was formed from that impact crater. Whole reason Mexico has that boot curving out and around like that. And the Yucatan Peninsula.
I don't know if that's 100% true, but...
I'm going to look this up because this is fascinating to me. You guys continue things while Steelheart is doing repair stuff.
Did the dinosaur asteroid form the Gulf of Mexico? I don't think it did.
It hit just slightly north of what's now the Yucatan
It did do that, yes. But
whatever the case, y'all can continue.
And created a crater that filled in with ocean water and became the Gulf. It's why Florida's shaped the way it is, the Yucatan Peninsula. They both look like they'd be reaching up and touching.
Don't, because, like, we're talking about difference in, like, land has a thicker crust than ocean crust. Mm-hmm. So that would have been like land crust that you say got blown away and made into ocean. No, I don't think that's how that. Anyways, guys, in the comments, you tell us what you think about this. But anyways, I'm gonna go pick up a heavy weapon. Maybe not a flamethrower, but maybe something else. We'll see. We'll see what's there. I don't want to do a shopping game. I just want like. Maybe I'll look in the Cyberpunk book for heavy weapons and see what's in there and ask you if it's there. And
yep, the trip to Tiger Claw is a well-maintained route, so no pirates go after anybody along this particular stretch. Leaving Tiger Claw, on the other hand, and going to the smaller ones, then you may have to worry about it. But Tiger Claw is a big oil rig that now has a lot of shipping containers welded onto it in various places and angles and weird ways. And it's a maze of shopping in different districts in it. And it's just, part of the reason it's called Tiger Claw is because all of the shipping containers that were used to weld it together are either orange or black. And so it's created this kind of almost tiger stripe look to the place. Lots of neon light, string lights everywhere as well. Well, making it very well lit up, and all kinds of people walking around. You're hearing all sorts of different languages being spoken. Steelheart, you hear a familiar voice speaking in French as you turn and are looking at a kebab stand.
Yes.
And
Kebab.
initially it doesn't register, so give me a perception to see if you actually catch it properly.
I was totally invested in this thing, and now I'm just.
Okay, that's good enough to recognize the voice of your Uncle Jacques, who is the captain of the ship you grew up on.
He wouldn't be a friar, would he?
What's this reference?
Frere Jacques.
Yeah.
I feel like I know this reference, but I don't remember.
Donnez
Anyway,
vous son melody. Ding ding dong.
Which would mean that your family's ship has to be docked somewhere on Tiger Claw.
okay. Let me.
Either that, or he's been ousted and you weren't told.
So I heard him at near like a kebab stand right next to me, effectively.
Like around a corner nearby, you
She's
heard
going to
his
start
voice.
looking to see the source of that voice.
Yep, you see him arguing with somebody who's speaking rapidly in Spanish to him while he's speaking rapidly in French to them, arguing over something on a tablet that they're both pointing at, and it's very animated, and they're both very angry about something, though it's obviously not coming to blows. And the French you're picking up is definitely about supplies trying to be ordered and haggling over the price.
Did you not?
She's going to wait for a little bit before she approaches because she's like, okay, he's doing business stuff. Let him do his business stuff before you approach. Don't interrupt it.
A couple minutes go by, and then they suddenly both look very happy, and which is quite surprising considering your uncle just called this man some very horrible names in French that I'm not even going to try to cover or even do any kind of French cussing at people because I don't have that knowledge.
Merde.
Suffice to say, he was very creative.
A shorter cat.
Is this the 8:30 one?
But now they've both put arms wide, hugged each other, or patted each other on the back, shook hands. And then you pat him on the shoulder. He turns around. Hey, Valkyrie. Not Valkyrie, sorry. Genevieve. Sorry, forgot your character's actual name for a moment.
No worries.
Pulls you in a hug, kisses both cheeks.
She reciprocates and she just steps back. She looks very surprised because she probably hasn't seen him for a while and was not expecting to see him here.
How are you? It's been a while.
I'm very good. I didn't expect to see any of the family here. Where have you been here long?
Oh, we just pulled in yesterday. The deal in Brazil went well. We sold all cargo, and then the current was wonderful coming back. We made great time.
Also, I'm going to assume they're both just speaking French, not street wise or whatever it's called. What's it called?
Street slang.
Thank you. Street slang.
Street slang, also known as city speak.
Yes. No. She's just speaking their native tongue. That's very good. I didn't expect to. I haven't been paying as much attention to the weather as I used to.
Yeah, that's because you've been landlocked.
It's got some business I've been taking care of, but
I thought you were supposed to be in California.
on the way there actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we part of a group. Can't talk too much about the business, but we're doing a job to get to California, and then I'll probably be picking up some more trails from there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we got room on the ship if you want to avoid paying some of the costs here for staying overnight.
Would you? Hmm.
Question is, do
Still,
you want to have your father exposed to all the craziness that is us?
well, one that.
Your
Two.
uncle.
Does she want her family to be involved with
Harboring fugitives.
that? Yes. Like she's like, hmm. Okay. Sorry. I need to think on this. That is a very generous offer of yours. Is is the job I've taken is puts me in tight spots. Probably shouldn't bring that to the family.
What? You got someone like Morgan Blackhand after you or something?
Context, please.
Morgan Blackhand is the world's most famous solo. He is considered #1 on every single chart, and out of character, he's Mike Pondsmith's personal character.
I don't think it's that extreme, but we have someone tailing us. I can pay you a visit, maybe for the rest of the day, or maybe if we stay in port for long enough, maybe I can stay overnight. But I can't stay for too long. I would hate to bring trouble to your step.
It's not that big a deal. We've run edge runners around before. Also, we're only here till morning anyway. We got a job actually running a group with their van off to another port.
Which direction? West or?
Yeah, slightly west, a bit south though.
Southwest?
What
Meow.
kind of
They already
van?
picked up the job for us.
I
Meow.
don't know yet. That was your aunt's work working the deal. Why, you know something?
Remind me, what vehicle do we have?
A van.
Van down by the river to the southwest.
That might be us. I will. Where is my aunt? Maybe we should have a quick chat. See if.
Are you traveling with a fixer?
Yes, we a fixer, doctor, and netrunner.
The fixer. What would their name be? Because I know the name of who your aunt was dealing with.
He normally goes by Hartzell.
No, he's the exact. Your fixer right now would be Michael Hart.
Thank you. I got the roles mixed up. Thank you. Michael Hart.
You are spending the night with us then.
Oh, wonderful news! Wonderful news.
And I'm glad. Is this Hart actually a friend? Or is it just a matter of he's the one who could get you where you're going?
The second, the first fixer.
In that case, no refund.
The first fixer didn't see the week through, so he's helping us
That's his pieces somewhere else.
finish the trip.
Well, fixers like that, they always have someone paying their bills for them, so I don't feel bad about soaking it.
Is appreciated to spend time
So-
with you, with the family.
There is one little oddity about how he was paying us. Half the money was in Arasaka script.
I did not know this. I will let my team know to keep an eye on him.
Probably good.
The other half is not paid yet, or
No, the other half was in euros, like we always ask. Since he was paying half in something else, we charged him double. And then he wanted it fast, so we charged double again. And then he said he wanted it discreet, no questions asked. So, of course, we doubled the price again. And then I find out it's you. But it's
Well,
not you who's paying, so
yes, is not us paying as far as I know, but we will keep an eye on him. He was on a call earlier. He communicated that others were with him, others being my team, but not sure who he called. Didn't think to ask, as that is not my expertise. How long ago would you say that was, James?
considering travel time by boat out to there is a good half day. It's probably at least 12 hours.
About 12 hours ago? Might be a bit off about that time. I've been fixing some gear of ours.
Well, I tell you what. Since we're already paid, if you decide to throw him off and go on your own route, well, we do have a plank for tradition's sake.
Oh, I love her family.
And since we're already paid, well, we wouldn't need to charge you any more for that.
It's good to see the clan hasn't changed a single bit.
Oh, by the way, Genevieve, your cousin Joan has been asking about you as well. You should visit her. Joan
Of
is Joan is a spitting image cousin of you. You and her look almost exactly the same.
Oh,
And got in so much trouble as a result of that as kids.
You were Mary Kate and Ashley Olsening all over the place.
I can
Or
imagine
Lohanning.
Steelheart was catching too much flack that Joan was stirring up, and vice versa. Like, one would do one thing and the other would get blamed for it. One would do, and then they would do something and the other would get blamed for it.
Tarek, you need to take the Vaseline off your camera.
Never.
And the adults tried to fix that by giving one of you a red jacket and the other one a blue jacket. But you
Just switch
traded
jackets.
clothes all the time.
Same size. I mean, it made it easy.
If I have twins, seriously, baby tattoo.
It's all the rave.
I do know somebody who did that, and on one of their babies, they put just a little dot on the back of one hand as a result.
Oh, I guess it's a real thing.
It is.
That sounds sketch.
It is a little bit sketch, but it was just one little dot. That's it. Just enough to see it.
Like a mole.
That's fair. It's just like, I don't know. Either way.
And it made it so that
Well, they
Tattoos aren't
also
permanent,
jump.
they're
They also
babies. They'll replace all of their skin in like 7 years.
they also
fine.
jumped the baby into a baby biker gang, but that was unrelated.
Yeah, that part's inhumane. I joined a Facebook group to complain about that.
A baby biker gang.
But it turned out that they were pro baby biker gang, so we were.
So like
on the outside.
big wheels,
Yeah, exactly. It's trikes mostly.
trikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cut away from Steelheart now, back over to what is Gas and Elmanos doing? Walking around. the place. You have a specific place to go to at a specific time, but beyond that, which that specific time's a couple hours away, and you already know how to get to where you're going.
I imagine Elmanos is convalescing as best as possible, and like making it other people's problems. Like,
So-
oh, I can't walk because the hole in my ass right now is spilling everywhere. So you're gonna have to get me some extra corn chips from
Sounds
the store
like you need
and some kibble.
some anti-diarrhea meds.
Get those two from the store though, and bring the kibble. Oh, also, could you take these clothes over to Steelheart? Thank you. Bye.
No, Gas is not even with you. Not even around.
Okay, then I guess it's
You're gonna have
Cardiac
to
who's
beg
getting the
cardiac or Falco.
yeah.
And Cardiac's response is, hire a runner. I'm a bodyguard. I'm sitting here guarding you and the doctor.
I was about to say, I feel like Young would be like, I would love to, but I'm on house arrest to this van.
We all are. Can't we go to a goddamn drive-through?
Gas wants to go make sure that she has materials for making some antibiotic, so that we can speed up their healing process. So,
Okay, give me a streetwise to see if you can find a shop that will sell that. It's not a very difficult check.
where is Streetwise?
We just need a pharmacy.
You found one. A little drug den style place where the person who is running the counter is obviously a tweaker and going,
That's nice.
It's always
Um,
nice to see somebody tweaking.
hi.
I want to put like
Business?
200 EB of materials onto the expense card, and just buy some materials enough to make like 3 doses of antibiotic.
Just the K-Flex stuff? That's all you want? You don't need anything else? I got great stuff here. You want to stay awake for a month? I've done it. It's great. Though you do need antipsychotics afterwards. But it's still good. I mean, like halfway through, you need to start taking the antipsychotics.
The antibiotics.
Just the antibiotics? You sure? I got
Right.
plenty of other stuff to make fun things with. I don't have the actual drugs, but I got the stuff to make the drugs with.
I got precursor. Plenty of precursor.
You want any dripstone? You want some of this? What do you want?
How about something less fun? Rapid detox.
I do have that. It's it's only half effective without the nanites. You need the nanites as well to make it really work properly. But I do have the core materials for that right here, and it's only 20 EB for enough to make a dose if you get the nanites.
Where the hell would Gas get nanites? I feel like this is something she might know, but I don't even know what nanites are. So
Nanites are microscopic robots that are cloud computing in that they are networked with each other, and like nanosurgeons are nanites and things like that, and they're often used in both frivolously and seriously in Cyberpunk. The serious side obviously is like part of rapid detox and nanosurgeons and things like that. Also, widespread oil spills. Spray it with some self-replicating nanites. They'll eat up all the oil and deactivate themselves.
okay, well, where does one get their hands on something like this?
And the
for
frivolous
medical?
side, they actually have nanite implants you can have to always have fresh breath, perfect hair, and perfectly clean skin. But he goes, oh, dude, the basic nanites like for this, that'd be right over there. You'll need a netrunner to program them properly, though, but that's easy. And in fact, that guy even sells the program. You just need a netrunner to install it. That's all.
Right. And how much?
You sure you don't want anything more fun?
I have plenty of fun already. Thank you.
You sure you don't need an antipsychotic yourself? And then an
She
alarm
doesn't
starts going
seem-
off. He looks over, hits the button, reaches under the counter, pulls out a thing. Time for my antipsychotics. Excuse me a moment. Pulls out a syringe that's a good 4 inches long for the tube, and the needle itself is a good 2.5 inches long. And he just pulls it up, puts his thumb over the plunger, slams it into his own chest, and smacks the plunger. and then goes.
This is where you reach over the counter and just take whatever you want.
Well,
Well,
he's
he's too cracked out. No, he might like his arm might turn into a gun, and he might try to blow my head off.
good instinct.
All right, sorry about that. Was reaching the end of the last antipsychotic dose. Is there anything else I can help you with?
How much do you charge for antipsychotics?
Well, I have my own special formula for it, and he starts listing the various antipsychotic drugs that he's intermixed to make it.
So he's on like the holy mother of all
Cocktails.
antipsychotics.
There are 8 different antipsychotics going in there and 3 different euphorics
Good God.
and 1 mood stabilizer.
That seems like a bit much. How about something basic?
Sure. I can give you the components for it, of it, and then you got choices and find one that actually works for you. Here,
Right.
I'll call it the sampler pack right there. Antipsychotic sampler pack. Has 1 dose worth of each thing right in there.
1 dose of what? 3 types of antipsychotics or what?
7 antipsychotics, 1 mood stabilizer, and 3 euphorics.
And an IPA.
Psychotics, 1 mood stabilizer, and 2 euphorics. And how much is that going to be?
That, because they're actual full-on dosage, but they're medical grade and not really used for anything fun except for the euphorics, 500 EB.
Mm. I want to ask the players real quick if they think that this is a good purchase, because I was imagining that if one of us gets a little, cracked out, having the drugs to perform therapy on you with, because gas can do therapy, it might be a good thing to have, in case something bad happens. But, like, what do you think?
Out of character, like player, you're asking the players, and the player says, yeah, I mean, it might come in handy and it might not. I mean,
500 is a bit much. I was kind of
it
hoping
is.
just for like
You can get a
little,
heavy-
like one.
you can get a heavy weapon for 500 credits.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that that's probably not the go.
Yeah.
How about I skip the mood stabilizer and the euphorics and just go with 3 antipsychotics, enough to perform a standard week of therapy.
Okay, that'd be 100.
Okay.
He also decides to throw in a single small syringe that is based upon your body mass, a single dose of his cocktail for you.
Okay. He's like, I want you to try this so that you'll come back.
By the way, does anybody hate the term Eurobuck or EB like I do?
Nah. I just live with it.
I'd rather just live with it. So you're not enthused by that name.
I don't care.
A euro
name.
sounds fine. Like I could do euros, but like
Yeah, the euro is one way of putting it. But what I actually found funny in real life is when the euro first came out, one of the ways they did refer to it was as a euro buck.
that's hilarious.
That's fallen off and out of the way. But I'm like, holy shit, another thing Cyberpunk 2020 actually predicted.
Anyways, back to the game. Sorry about that. It irks me a little Eurobuck. It doesn't flow well.
The thing that I actually wanted here though was the antibiotic. How much is that?
The antibiotic is only 20 for the components to make a single dose.
Okay, I'll get 3 of those. So I'm looking at this. And she'll take that and she'll pay. Corey, are you alright if I put that on the expense card?
Yeah, sure. I'll get my notes out and we'll shove it on there.
Cool.
So that's 180 for various drugs for gases work.
Mm-hmm. And then we should be doing all right You know what? Let's call it 80 for antibiotic. I'll get 4 just because we're gonna have to use 2 like right off the bat because gas and Almanos are kind of fucked up. And I'd like to have enough to help us out later, and if we go a long stretch without access to more materials.
Just to let you know, stat-wise, on the antipsychotic specifically for you, the dosage set there, that one, if you take it, you will temporarily gain for a 12-hour period 2 empathy points.
Oh, wow.
But only for a 12-hour period, and then once it wears off, you're going to be psychotic for another 12. Like full-on psycho.
Oh, so you gain points and then you lose points then where you were by standard.
And then you'll be back to where you normally are.
So
Okay.
this is something you jab gas with if she fucking loses it.
And then you
And then 12 hours later,
and
tie
then
her
tie
the fuck
down
off.
and make sure she's not hiding any scalpels in questionable places.
Yes.
And don't let her teeth near your face.
In fact, a ball gag or the ring gag. Either of those would be good choices.
Anything that keeps her mouth closed or unable to bite.
How does one
And-
keep her a kukri?
With talent.
But it's, you know what? Never mind.
Don't ask. Do you want to know?
All right, so
We just need.
Thanos is trying to badger people going by to buy him snacks, buy her snacks. Sorry. Gas is dealing with getting materials. Steelheart has met up with family. Now, hard sell.
So I
Your
have
phone
a
is
question.
ringing.
I have a question. If it's this important that we need to jab you, why don't we just hook you up with like the Bane special where you have like tubes going into like your drugs that connect to the back, and then whenever we need to, we'll hit a button on a remote and it'll just go and whenever
Well,
Batman needs to stop you, he'll cut those open.
well, technically, you can set up something like that using a biomonitor as
See?
the administrator thing that's built in. But you would have to have a custom piece of cyber to hold the drugs and have a place to reload them.
You see,
And
I'm full of great
also-
ideas. All you
I
have to
also
do.
imagine it would be very vulnerable to someone accidentally shooting it in the middle of a firefight. And
Yeah. Also, Gas, for the rest of the info about the antipsychotic for you, that was the main effect. The secondary effect is that for the full 24-hour period of both up and down with it, you're also going to be -2 intelligence.
So +2 empathy when taken for 12 hours. Then -2 empathy for 12
No,
hours.
intelligence.
No, it's then it's -12 to empathy for 12 hours after as
And
the down. But for the
-2
full
intelligence
period.
while on it.
Yeah.
so 24 hours of -2 for intelligence, and the +2 -2 of empathy for sequential 12 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly what that sample will do for you.
All right. Well, Warg is chatting at me. He's saying, I can't imagine Americans using any type of European-based currency, and that's fair.
Well, in Cyberpunk, Warg is the back in about 97, 98, the government collapsed, had several orbital rocks dropped on it, and there was no American dollar for several years. So
That just makes the currency worth more and more with each passing year, and more coming out of circulation. And you're like, I got a $2 bill, and they're like, that's worth $400.
you
Yeah,
got a
because that is
bill that isn't
exactly
backed
how-
by anything and isn't money anymore. Any more than German pfennigs are money anymore.
And yet, if you find one, you could probably sell that for a lot of euros.
It depends on how many people are collecting those things as collector's
Exactly.
items. It's all about what is the perceived value.
And since
rather than the
Cyberpunk
actual
is
value.
about capitalism and is about rarity, then it's going to be worth a lot of money.
But the money isn't that rare. It's just not valued.
Anyways, I'm doing stuff. I'm just gonna go get to that underground marketplace. Knock on the door. Dook, dook. Is this the black market? Looking for the black market.
There is no black market in the colonies because everything's legal.
Sorry. This is the green market. The black market's one door over.
As far as finding weapons shops that sell heavy weapons, because ships like to buy heavy weapons for the ships, it's not that hard to find. In fact, you just ask a couple people and get pointed in the right direction.
Right. So do I get pointed in the right direction? Do I need to make a roll? What do I gotta do?
You get pointed in the right direction. I just was saying how easy it is to find weapons on this place.
We'll go on over there. We'll get ourselves a heavy weapon off the back of a truck. No background check needed.
That's correct.
Right.
And while you're going through this transaction, buying whatever it is you're actually buying, and your phone rings.
Oh. Go for hard sell.
Hi, I'm not sure if you know me, but my name's Satchel Sabo. I'm with Network 54.
No, I've never heard of you.
Ouch. I'm a nationally respected journalist. That kind of hurt. You must not pay much attention to the news then.
Do I need to make a reputation roll here?
This is where you need to be like, no, I actually keep up with the news quite often. I just never heard of you.
Yeah. Let me make a reputation roll real quick. Oh, I probably do know them.
Yeah, you do. They're one of the lead journalists on Network 54.
I say, I only listen to business news. I'm very sorry. You're a journalist, you say?
Mm-hmm. And Elliot Weir contacted me a little bit before he died. And I'm sorry if that's confirmation for you that he's actually dead.
Why are you investigating him?
Not investigating him. Trying to work with his memory and help out as best I can. Especially as I think you've just walked into a trap. You're working with Hart, aren't you?
Yes.
Hart's working for Arasaka. He's going to fuck you. I can send you the proof if you like.
Your name is Sabo?
Satchel Sabo.
All right, Mr. Sabo. How do I know that you're on the level here? What is Area 54 or Station 54? Who are they owned by? Can I make a business roll?
Network 54 owns itself and many subsidiaries. Right. We are, besides DMS, the #1 news and media company in the world.
Right. So first I'm going to say, Mr. Sabo, first off, I've never met you, and you could be an AI voice on a computer talking to me, made to sound like you from whatever news broadcast. So if you have that proof, please send it to me. I'd like to review it. Other than that, why would you help me?
Because Elliot asked me to.
Huh.
He was a good man. And helping complete his last job, it's a good way to honor him.
Right.
I will say the files that are in her head, and I'm not going to say who she is, I would like copies. And if the media has copies of those, you're less likely to be targeted afterwards.
Does the media buy copies?
I'm offering help and sanctuary right now as part of it.
Interesting. It's not just me. I have some edge running friends. We'll have to talk about this together before we make any decisions.
That's fair. You're going to have to tell Almanos to accept the file. Right now, somebody named T keeps blocking the download.
T?
Yeah.
That's the AI, right? Out of character.
Out of character, yes. Don't know if you want to say that to
Well,
a journalist.
that's what I was asking. I was like, out of character. That's the AI. I was asking you out of character. Yeah.
This is why I speak with a French accent and an American accent.
I say, I know T. I know T. Right.
I'll
So
keep trying
I'm
to
looking-
send the files to Elmanos' CyberDAC.
I'm getting a couple things to protect myself with right now. Yeah, send me the information. I'll go through it, and we'll keep in touch. Is there a number I can call you on? I got a bunch of burner phones here.
Yeah, you can call me back at this number.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I just escaped a bunch of Elvis impersonators.
Yeah, I understand completely. You don't really know me from Adam other than from the TV. So, yeah, I understand completely. But there is some time. You can review the files. Just don't go to New Galveston.
All right.
Try to avoid that.
All right.
If you can, I can meet you at Corpus Christi. Okay?
That's pretty far south.
Not compared to where you currently are.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Sabo. We'll be in touch.
Tiger Claw's about over there.
All right, I guess I'll go buy a heavy weapon. Is there anything that sparks joy, or should I just get like a flamethrower? I saw a flamethrower. It's pretty good. It also does 4 points of damage until someone spends a round putting themselves out. That's nice. It's basically a heavy weapon version of a shotgun. That's what it said. But also, when I hit somebody with it, they're on fire, and they take 4 points of damage around.
This
Nice.
this place is known as a heavy weapon depot, so they have lots of very heavy melee weapons available.
I'm a weakling.
They have rocket launchers, grenade launchers, as well as others. They also have various exotic weapons here. Constitution Arms Hurricane Assault Weapon, which is a shotgun with a very high rate of fire. So it does require a body of 11 to actually use.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a weakling, so I think a flamethrower is gonna be my best bet because there's no kickback on it, right?
Yeah. Dart guns could also be fun, especially as you got gas to supply you with stuff to put on the darts.
Ooh, maybe I just get one for gas, and she can just like, right?
Dart people.
How much? What kind of weapon is a dart gun? What skill does it use?
It's an exotic.
What skill does it use?
It uses pistol. Uses the same as pistol.
Handgun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how much is it?
100 EB.
You know what? I'm gonna buy one for gas.
Another one you might find fun, especially with the amount of psychos you've been encountering. I mean, 2-in-1 adventure. Holy crap. And you put them both down effectively. A microwaver, which shuts down cyberware and cooks flesh.
I love it. I love it. What kind of
It uses the handgun skill as well.
I want that. How much is it?
500.
Whoa! That's a lot of euros.
That is a ton of EBs.
But I'll get that instead. What's the range on that? What kind of rate of fire? Like, probably a rate of fire of 1 because you just hold the trigger and it does its thing. But I like it. I like it a lot. I'm taking that. Next cyber psycho I see is gonna go pop. It's gonna be a. He's gonna be like a bag of Orville Redenbacher. Microwave gun. 500. Okay, I guess that's what I'll buy then. I won't buy a
Chase the
flamethrower.
rainbow.
I'll buy a microwave gun. Okay. Weapons.
Dart gun, very exotic. An exotic, very heavy pistol that can only load non-basic arrow ammunition. Unlike other weapons that fire arrows, a dart gun has a clip of 8 non-basic arrows and must be reloaded just like a typical very heavy pistol.
So, by the way, you were purchased this.
The dart does a D6,
Yeah.
and beyond that, it also applies whatever drug if it actually gets through the armor.
That sounds great.
Microwaver. An exotic, very heavy pistol on the
A dart
microwaver.
gun.
Instead of dealing damage, on a hit, it forces the
Yes.
target to try and beat a difficulty 15 cybertech check. If they fail, 2 pieces of their cyberware or carried electronics become inoperable. Cyber limbs that are rendered inoperable still act as their meat counterparts do when they have been dismembered, but they still hang loosely. Ammunition doesn't cost anything as it runs off of a rechargeable battery that takes an hour to recharge that needs to be replaced after 8 shots. An extra battery pack is 50.
Right, it's expensive. Got it. I will also take a flamethrower though. They're 500 EB, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's what I'm taking. That's everything.
What kind of weapon is the dart gun? Tarek said y'all got me a dart gun.
I got you.
It counts as the equivalent of a very heavy pistol, but it only fires non-basic arrows.
I don't use heavy weapons.
It's not a heavy weapon. It uses handguns.
Shoulder arms. That's the only one I
Sasha?
got any skill in.
It
a
counts as a
handgun.
handgun.
Yeah, I don't have points in handgun usage.
It's okay. You
Yeah.
can
What I'm
you can
saying.
buy some.
I'm not going to. Is
It's,
what I'm saying.
it's inexpensive.
Well,
So, like,
there's
if
also
you
the fact
bought this
that
for me thinking that I could use it, you might want to.
there's also the fact that with a dart gun, you probably want to get close enough to make sure you're hitting an unarmored spot. So it don't really matter that you don't really have handgun skill. You're going to be getting close enough that your difficulty is going to be an 8. And you got a reflex stat that's good enough that that's not very hard to hit.
What do I use for, like, do I just need to have a vial of poison on me to make these darts poisonous? And how much usage can I get out of one vial of poison for this?
Basically, 1 dart, 1 dose. And
An
the gun
entire
comes
vial
with,
of poison for dipping 1 dart into it?
You feel the darts.
yeah, you fill the darts, they inject. It's like a trank
Okay.
gun.
Well, poison's very expensive, so good luck trying to have us find this.
Yeah, but throwing some random drugs in there too could also be kind of interesting and fun rather than just poisoning.
True. I could
Like-
try putting the
like
sedative
your-
into it.
Exactly. Your anesthetic gel, putting that under their skin could also be very effective.
We'll see. It'll be.
Could also be toxic.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
I guess I'll buy an
Okay.
extra microwaver battery while I'm here. 50 micro.
Am I gonna have to make this weapon? I don't know that it exists.
A dart gun?
Yeah.
I think it does.
I'm looking for it. If you find it, tell me.
It's under weapons.
I'm under weapons. What is it called?
Dart gun.
Cyberpunk Red Core weapon.
So there's a little like search by name
Dart
only.
gun.
Just type in dart. It comes right up.
I did. It's empty.
It's all one word. It's right there.
Under Cyberpunk Core, Cyberpunk Red :
Yeah, it's
Core.
right there.
Cyberpunk Red.
Core.
Can y'all just post you guys can drag and drop the link to it into the chat, and then
Okay.
she can copy it from there, you know?
Can I? Nope, that didn't work.
That would make things a lot easier than just saying, hey, it's right here. No, I'm
And
serious.
Dart
Right
gun,
here.
dart gun, over and over at me.
Nope.
I understand that you
It's not-
think you know what. Yes.
How did
so,
that happen? How
Sasha,
did you do that?
I see that now.
you can drag and drop things into the chat,
I
and
thought
it
I
will
did.
copy the URL.
I thought I did.
And then if you click onto
Finally.
that item, it brings up the entry, and you can drag it from the chat into your inventory.
You're so right.
Thank
This
you.
is this is something I learned in
Yo.
Morphborg, and
Yo, you're right, dog. Yo.
I'll be out in a little while.
This is Corey's
Gotcha, trying to break in.
Thank you for telling me about that functionality. I didn't know. It didn't work
I
at first.
thought for some reason I expected it to be common knowledge, even though we've never used it. So I'm glad to teach you.
Thank you.
All right. I think
did y'all
that brings us to the end of this day, and therefore, Gas, if you want to
What?
make some taking care of Almanos rolls. And
Yes. I was just saying, you can get an air pistol for 100 EB at that shop, and ammunition costs the same as for a normal medium pistol, even if it's filled with acid. And an acid ball deals no damage, but lowers the SP of the target's armor by 1 with each successful hit. If you want to try to break someone's armor.
Corey should be familiar with the paintball gun effect, because I ran a Cyberpunk game where he shot Barney in the head with it.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Barney who? The dinosaur?
That's
Yep.
the one. Not Rubble. Not Rubble.
Yep, Mr. I Love You, You Love Me during a live special. Corey's team of teenagers took down Barney.
By the way, who do you think would win in a fight? Barney the dinosaur or Barney Rubble? I'm going with
I have
Barney
no
Rubble.
idea who the second one is.
I'm going
Barney
with Barney
Rubble?
Rubble too.
Fred Flintstone's best friend?
I didn't watch the Flintstones, and we're not here to talk about it, so let's move on.
Okay. Hey, Gas. I got your present. I don't know how well you can use this, but I thought I saw this and I thought of you.
Did I forget that it was my birthday or something?
No, why would I I don't need a birthday to give you something.
Yeah, he's like, I don't need it to be your birthday to get you something. It's not her birthday, right? Fuck. Looking at his
Is that, yeah, I'm looking at my PDA.
I need to text Dad. How old are you?
Maybe it is your birthday and I got you it for your birthday. What is that? How does that feel? Hey, I got a phone call today. I got a phone call today by Mr. Sabo from Station 59. Is that wrong? Did I say that wrong? Is it Station 54?
Network 54.
Network 54. I said Station
Area
59.
59.
I don't know these things. I even wrote down my notes wrong. That's how terrible I am. Station 54 is a network. Got it. So I got contacted by a Mr. Sabo from Station Network 54 and says Mr. Hart ain't on the level. He's the bad guy. And there's going to be a trap in New Galveston. And that we should instead go to Corpus Christi.
Do you believe him?
Well, he said he was going to send me some evidence that would show that. And I'll check my email real quick, see if I have that.
He told you that you have to get Elmanos to tell T to let the download through.
Oh, yeah. Elmanos, we can't get that evidence unless T allows some sort of download to come in. So...
From some random
guy.
Boy.
Yeah. You see what the problem is here?
Did you look him up?
Yeah, he's some freaking bigwig journalist. He's like an award-winning journalist for Channel 54. He doesn't, or Station Network 54 does not have anything to do with Arasaka, but he says Hart works for Arasaka.
Belk, you're right there hearing this.
I was going to ask, hey, is Steelheart away right now?
Nope, this is when you all get
She would
back
have said it
together for the night.
immediately after getting back, so that like I didn't really have I wasn't tuned in enough to realize what was happening. My so as it turns out, the people we're going to travel with, they're my family. What's his name again? Not
Michael
the
Hart?
family, the fixer.
Michael Hart.
Michael Hart is he paid mostly in Arasaka, not euro.
So there you go.
They also offered to help us get rid of him if it came to that. Why is my health bar showing up?
Eric. Satchel Sabo is, if not, well, Satchel Sabo is North America's most famous journalist.
Okay, can I find any information that proves that this individual is the same person that Corey talked to? Like he gave Corey a number. Can I get the number from Corey from Falco and then cross-reference it online to see if it's actually a source for him?
Yes, and gas also yes. You do find that when you do the reverse check on the phone number that it is one of Satchel Sabo's personal numbers.
Okay. He's already got your phone, right?
Huh?
Falk boy?
Oh, he called me.
So he's already got your number.
Obviously.
All right. Well, why don't you have him download the information onto your device?
That's a good
secure
question.
DMC, and then we can go from there.
That's a good question. He doesn't want to do that.
That
for
way,
some
if it's
reason.
anything like sketchy, we can just ditch your phone. But if it's legit, then we can upload the information wherever he needs it.
Isn't T
Almanos,
blocked?
there is a ping from T.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
in the text message, it's like, dude, why is this journalist trying to give you 4 MU of data?
How big is an MU?
Well, you know what's beyond a terabyte?
Oh, okay.
That's called a petabyte.
Oh no.
And a petabyte is what a cell phone in Cyberpunk can hold. And a memory unit is 100 petabytes.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna have my brain melt slowly now.
So this is huge amount of data that wouldn't fit on a phone.
I'm going to go online and spin up a remote server that can house the data in a secure location, and then have him send the deets to upload that data to that file storage system.
All right.
And I will encrypt it.
Adding
Here's
yet
a-
another layer of encryption to it, because it already is.
I will, yeah, exactly. I'm going to add another layer of encryption, give him a key that he can use to upload data to it, and that I can use to decrypt data from it. And then we'll send it through there.
Oh, and
Almanis is
Hartzell,
a very paranoid individual.
a small text file does pop up on your phone that happens to be the key to decoding the information once it's on the server.
Hey, I got a random string of numbers and letters here. I'm sure you can do something with this, Almanos.
Yeah, it's a key. Key value pairs, bud.
Almanos, the using obfuscation by sending it to a different phone than to you. That shows that this journo at least has basic understanding of data security.
Yeah. He understands the basics, but hopefully he knows enough to not get himself burned down. That's basically my concern. All right. Do you need me to make a check to spin up a remote server for us?
I'm going to say with T's help, you don't need a roll.
Okay, cool. Then I set it up so that we can.
And you know,
triangulate
he
the
always
data.
loves building rather than destroying things, even though, yeah, he goes scorched earth on his enemies.
I don't know. See, we're working off. I think there's a disconnect here, James, that we're working off how popular journalists in today's life are, rather than how, like, any type of media like Cyberpunk would portray a popular journalist. Is like, oh, it's a popular journalist, and therefore they're really good at their job and know how to do journalism and blah blah blah. And when we look at the journalists that are popular today, it's they're very pretty and good at reading prompts.
Well, this is journalist, as in actual journalist, hunt down and find the stories themselves.
Exactly.
Also, the media's special ability as a role
I know.
is trustworthiness.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of a disconnect. We've gone a little more dystopian in real life than Cyberpunk even is.
Mhm.
I don't like thinking about this because I just it
Sadly,
just reminds me.
the cyberpunk world was created before Reagan removed the
Truth in
and
reporting.
standard. Yeah,
Truth in broadcast. That's what it's called. Truth in broadcast.
that was it. Yep. Before Reagan removed those, that was when cyberpunk was first created. So journalists got a little bit more of a pass from the scumminess of the dark future.
The original creators couldn't imagine how bad things would get.
Just underestimated it, I think.
Hmm.
Bad
least
in
certain
some
details
cases.
of it.
Okay, so I set up a remote server to get the information from. I'll be prepared to start downloading it, and I go, so what do we do about what's his face?
Heart.
Hand or whatever. Yeah, Heart. If he's setting up a trap for us, what do we do about it?
We go to Corpus Christi. That's what they said.
But he's going to be on the boat with us.
My
That's
family
the one
offered
who
to
hires the
help
boat,
find a
right?
way to get rid of him.
I could hit Hart with my flamethrower. I have a flamethrower now.
I feel like that's a bit heavy-handed, but I mean, do you? Pop
Liquid-
off, Queen.
Liquidate
hear
our
me?
assets.
And Steelheart also just said, it is my family's boat.
Yes. Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
How did your family get down here?
We've been around for. I've been separate from the family. They've been along this coast more than I have been.
So they just decided to come down this way?
I
thought they
did
operated
whatever
over.
on my own.
Lucky day for us, I suppose.
Very. Who did I see? My uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I saw
Any way you
my
could get
Who is the captain of the ship.
I saw my uncle, captain of the ship, and he offered a place for me to stay for the night. But at first, I turned him down. I didn't think I was going to be staying for long. Then I found out I am going to be staying for longer than I thought. It has already been paid for. We would not be charged for going to Galveston, though I can probably ask them to get us to Corpus Christi.
Sounds good. I like this idea.
And we can also dispose of art on the way. We have ways.
I'm gonna buy some rifle ammo, by the way.
I did not mean to make it sound like Steelheart's family is the mafia.
Well, when looking for a group to model themselves after, a lot of nomad groups did go with the mob mentality.
I mean, this is literally her family by blood, not like in the same sense. Wait, hold. I don't remember how mafias work. So maybe mafias are usually by blood, but either way, me saying family so much makes me just like.
Depends if you're talking about the actual Mothers and Fathers Italian Appreciation Society or mafia, or if you're just talking about a mob, or you're talking about a different criminal organization.
So it depends on. Okay, cool. Good to know. Well, the case in her case, it's a bloodline, and also we might be a bit adept at disposing of people.
I mean, the ocean is the world's biggest body disposal unit.
You would be surprised how many people have been dumped down there. You might not be, but you might be surprised by how many people have been dumped down there.
Never to be seen again.
David Jones's locker.
Just make sure you tie their feet real tight to those cinder blocks, or just cast them into. I need to stop talking.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting.
Depends on how much you hate the person.
You shoot them
After all, no other ships in sight, thrown overboard without cinder blocks. Ooh, that's offering hope without there actually being any.
I hate that idea so much. I'm going to use that one day. Not
whereas
in the story.
If you tie cinder blocks to them and throw them overboard, they know from the get-go they're just fucked.
They'll still panic, but
Yeah.
there will be a part of them that knows there's no way out of this.
Put them in leopard seal infested waters. Abandon them there.
Really, to make the body disappear, all you need is crabs.
That is the most ominous thing. I love it.
And you do know that your aunt does keep a whole tank of crabs on board the ship. And you just put together that the tank is 6 feet long.
It's now clicking with her. It's like, that's why that's there.
Are crabs like supposed to be the pigs of the sea or something?
Yeah, basically. They'll strip all the flesh off and they will, on the bones, they'll slowly deteriorate and be chipped away by some crabs too.
Animals, I love them. They also scare the living shit out of me.
Anyway, if Gas would like to make the night rolls for taking care of Elmanos and possibly self,
Yes.
to see if you get more than just your body in hit points back.
Would I be able to synthesize any of the antibiotic tonight to start using that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
you
do I
probably
need
could.
probably need to make my medtech roll to make it. I think it's like 13 or something. My pharmaceuticals roll. Which this sucks because I still have a -2 penalty, but
Still got it.
Yep.
That's good enough to make a dose for each of you.
Okay, perfect. That's all I need for now. And then we'll go ahead and administer 1 dose to Gas and 1 dose to Elmanos. And what it will do is you'll
Bubblegum
heal an
flavor.
additional 2 per night.
Okay, how much do we heal normally? Your body?
Body and
Yep.
plus will? What was that, right?
Normally, it's just body. And if you also do your med tech on caring for people, well, then it'd be the body and will.
Okay. Here's for Elmanos.
Success, body and will +2 since the antibiotics.
Woo!
And you took care of yourself quite well. Body, will, +2, plus for getting a crit, another 2.
Oh, yeet. So, maths.
And if you had speed heal or nanosurgeons, you could double that.
Don't we still have our inhalers that we were supposed to be taking for several days?
Yes, but those are baseline. They just are keeping organ rejection and the bone fusing and all of that together.
So, plus 18.
Not bad.
Okay, I think I will no longer have penalties, I think. I'm only lightly wounded now.
I'm
Yeah,
also
Elmanos is above halfway at this point as well.
well on my way to healing.
Amazing medical science.
Yeah, you rubbed that antibiotic in real good.
I mean, after all,
Shoving
just
pills down your
yesterday,
throat.
Gas had one of her lungs replaced.
Take them with milk, bitch.
And
Why
now,
do you hate me so?
almost, within 2 days of having her lung replaced, she's going to be fully healthy.
You'll heal 2 hit points per day for a whole week. So if you take more damage this week, you'll keep healing. Just keep
All
that
right.
in mind.
Next morning, you end up meeting Genevieve's family. And yes, at this point, she is Genevieve for now, as her family will not call her Steelheart.
Yeah, so some of y'all are hearing her name for the first time. Would Elmanos have known her name?
Yeah. We had
Okay,
talked
yeah.
about her knowing her name previously.
Yes. So, yeah.
And everybody but Steelheart, give me a perception check of this group that's coming to greet Genevieve.
A perception check?
Yes.
Sorry.
Not great.
Yeah, but isn't it nice not to have a -2 fucking penalty to every
Yes,
roll you make?
it is very great.
Okay, Elmanos is the only one who doesn't quite notice this, though something about that woman is somewhat familiar to Elmanos initially. Might catch it later. But for both Hard Cell and Gas, that woman is a spitting image of Steelheart. And then they end up hugging, and the clothes are the only reason you can tell them apart. They even have their hair in the same style.
Are you going to tell me you don't have a clone of yourself, Steelheart?
No, nice cousin. You said cousin, right? Joan,
Yep.
cousin. They look alike and got up to trouble because they looked alike.
Mhm.
Gas just gives kind of a creepy smile, and she's like, "Are you sure?" Like about the cousin bit. Like, how certain are you?
We're all family.
The cousin and Jean is immediately going, and of course we are certain. Our mothers gave birth to us, and our fathers filmed it.
Checks out.
Gas nods. That makes sense. She's a doctor.
She's seen people do this.
She
I'm a
records every
doctor.
procedure she does.
Well, that makes sense. You're a doctor, not the father.
Yes, but Gas would do it for, like, even situations where she wasn't supposed to be the doctor. She would still probably take a video.
creepy.
Yep.
And now
I
you're
got two on
aboard
you.
Steelheart's family's ship, which is a refitted cargo ship that still does cargo runs, but has like half of the cargo space has been converted over to living and other things. And the top is where most of the shipping containers stay most of the time. So inside the hull is where most of the family lives and does things. And it's like a floating city itself.
I can imagine Steelheart's getting so distracted, just saying hello to people she recognizes from however long it's been that she's been away.
And because you have Steelheart with you, not Elmanos, Michael Hart gets sent off to the passenger quarters. The rest of you get invited to eat with the family. And Steelheart, you know that means real food, not processed crap, actual real food being served to you guys, whereas in the passenger quarters, it's all kibble.
Yes, the disdain I immediately showed for the idea of eating kibble.
You know, some people like processed food.
Go there.
They'd rather have like fast food than sitting at a fancy restaurant or some home cooked meal. Just weirdness that
I
people.
feel like this is more like not
But that's-
fancy restaurant vibes, but like fancy in the sense of it's a home cooked meal.
home cooked meal. Home cooked
Like
meal.
today home cooked meal, which is probably pretty dang fancy in this time.
Look. They're basically saying that you want McDonald's and they have McDonald's at home, and now you're gonna have to eat that, okay?
So
All I want to say is that I feel like Vienna sausages and like spam would be like worse versions of that would end up being kibble. And from this conversation, I just had this mental image of Gas like feeding her fucking snake at home Vienna sausages and then just eating some herself because she doesn't give a flying fuck. She's like, yeah, this works. Kibble.
I was going to say, when you say we have McDonald's at home, my version of McDonald's at home is obviously Burger King.
Hold on, let me get the nutrient paste.
Delicious nutrient paste. Pour it down my gob.
Hold still.
I will say that this is definitely the happiest Steelheart has been in the entire time. Probably any of y'all have known her.
Swordfish steaks with fresh grown veggies, grilled and sautéed, along with salads and, amazingly enough, real chocolate. They broke that out from the last time they were in Europe and able to get actual Swiss chocolate.
Of course, the swordfish was killed naturally with nanites, heavy metal poisoning from the nanites that they used to clean up the oil spills.
Can I get some of those nanites? Like, can we just harvest some of those?
No, they turn themselves off after they eat up the oil spills. They become inactive, and then they get inside the wildlife, and now we're eating them.
It's the microplastics of the future.
It is, yeah. This is exactly what it is.
We're like the turtles.
But if you have nanites in your own body, keeping you healthy and safe, they'll just process them out as more parts to make more of their own.
Boomers
just eat the microplastics.
Boomers were poisoned by lead. Gen X was poisoned by Teflon, and millennials poisoned by microplastics, and the kids of the future will be poisoned by nanites. It's just how it's
not
gonna
true.
work.
Millennials were poisoned by lead. Were poisoned by that paint that was also leady.
The Bush
was
administration.
why would you steal it from me? Why would you steal my punchline?
I didn't hear it.
God damn it.
Sorry.
I was going to say 3 different types of lead and then mercury and then the Bush administration.
Sorry, you took too long. I got the joke faster.
Gen X was poisoned by the Reagan administration.
Great minds think alike. You'll forgive me.
Goddamn Zoomer.
Zoomers were poisoned by the stuff that's making the frogs gay.
It's me.
Oh,
It's what?
they're poisoned by 5G.
5G.
Why did I laugh that hard?
Poisoned by the
Can I
internet.
say we're being poisoned by the Jewish space lasers?
Actually,
Is
if we're
that
being
okay?
if
Can I
we're being
say that?
honest, we're all poisoned by the internet.
By the way,
And any of you viewing, you know it's true for you too.
speaking about being poisoned by the internet, yeah, we're gonna be worse than Cyberpunk in about 20 years. We'll be listening to Grape News, the most trusted AI in news.
Great. It's also grape flavored.
It's also gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge. The most trusted AI in all of news.
Mexico's gonna pay for it. The AI bot.
They already are.
If the AI is initialized in the United States and managed to keep operational for 37 years, that would mean that AI would be eligible to become president.
Why not have an AI
As long
president?
as it was made in the United States of America.
But paid for by the Mexicans
Exactly.
and or China.
An AI president would be great. It would just be an amalgamation of all the older presidents that everybody loved already. So
That's
You
good.
remember that
and-
there used to be an actual theory that that politics would be boiled down into an autonomous AI system, and everyone
just
would
run
vote
itself.
online because that was how, I forget what European country, but there was a European country that managed to stabilize their elections that way because nobody gave a shit enough to go into their elections and
wow.
commit fraud in their things. This was back in like the 2010s. Yeah.
was somewhere like near Romania or something. I don't think.
I think it was Romania. I'm not positive though. I didn't want to say that because it sounds right, but I might be wrong.
I think it was near, but I don't think it was Romania. But I could be wrong too. Anyway,
So we're going.
so you've had a great meal, and Steelheart's catching up with a lot of family. And we don't have a huge amount of time left, so anything you guys want to do, I'll leave it up to you.
Do y'all want to, when we get out to sea on Steelheart's family's boat, do we want to Shanghai Mr. Hart, tie him up, and like torture
Steelheart
him?
would actually be like she would have mentioned well ahead of time, like, I can bring this up. They will be down for this. They already do not trust him.
Sure, I'm down for like waylaying him on our way there because he can't run away, and we can like.
Is Mr. Hurt the guy that's on the
Yes.
ship with us?
He's our
Yes.
fixer,
Okay.
He's the fixer who's probably going to betray us.
Michael
The
Hart.
fixer's gonna betray us, not the one that not the journalist that we have with us.
Correct.
Don't have a journalist with you.
I did make truth serum, which I'm pretty sure is just it. There's an actual drug which I think it
Sodium
is
pentothal.
probably- Well, I just mean there's one in the book which I used as a base for what it does, which gives a bunch of negatives to like human perception or acting or persuasion or whatever. So you basically have a hard time bullshitting.
Yeah, and you ramble.
Yeah, and I have that.
It
So-
still requires a skilled interrogator to keep you on track to the subjects you want.
Yes.
And
But
somebody who
that's
is skilled
that
at resisting that would just be going, yeah, I'm babbling. But I'm babbling about a
That's not
cat
a-
and not about what you want.
So it's not a bad idea.
Would she have brought this up before, before they've had the dinner, or?
Probably
would only-
before, because you were mentioning it was your family ship and that they were all
Yeah.
that you
Like,
actually
Steelheart-
passingly mentioned it, but I don't think anybody else caught it right then.
I mean, I would
Steelheart-
only bring it up when it came up in conversation, if you're talking about that.
Okay.
I would not
'Cause-
have brought it up beforehand, regardless of how awkward it might be. Gas does not care.
I know. It's more of just a context of, I wanted to know if she would have brought it up because Steelheart's saying, hey, we can kill this guy because he's probably going to betray us.
If we're looking to interrogate him before, that is something I can do.
So yeah, So she would have, Gas would have said that before the meal, back when Steelheart was mentioning, yeah, we can kill him.
Did you mention that before the meal?
Yes.
Okay.
Before the meal, Steelheart would have mentioned, we can kill him. This is my family's boat. They're already on board for killing him.
All right, great.
But he's not on the boat, right?
No, he
what
is
I'm
with
not
us
getting
on the
why
boat. This is the
with us.
Fixer. The Fixer is the one who's going to betray us.
I thought the Fixer was where we were going, and we had a journalist with us on the boat. Do we have?
No, the Fixer is with
We got a
us.
call from a journalist, and we have the
Yes.
Fixer with us on the boat. Okay, thank you. I got very
No
confused
worries.
there.
It is
get that
hard to keep too many threads running in the same way.
You
So,
turn the dials
Gas
right in your head.
would
We got it
have,
now.
Mentioned that she had truth serum, correct?
Is that a soul eater reference? To the no.
It wasn't, but I can
There's like
see
a
why
crazy
you think.
fucking doctor who
Yeah.
has like he's like Frankenstein and he has a gear in his head
Yep.
and he's psychotic and he cranks it.
I
and he's,
remember.
feeling a little
So, Steelheart would have mentioned before them, like even before they were on the ship, back when like a while back, she would have mentioned, yeah. So we're going onto my family's boat, and they're good with killing him. Because he's shady as all fuck, and we think, and there's a good chance he's gonna betray us. Would Gas have mentioned?
We should find out then before we do
Okay.
anything.
That's how Bayou Slim found us at the gambling
So-
establishment.
Steelheart's during the meal, we'll definitely just broach the topic of addressing. It was her aunt who does the contracts and her uncle who owns the ship. She would have been
Runs the ship. Your family in general owns the ship.
owns the ship. He runs the ship.
Right. He's considered the head of the family.
She would just during the meal just say out loud to them, "We are probably planning on getting rid of Mr. Art."
Your uncle just nods after saying
Not yet.
and just kind of nods a little bit. And then you notice your cousin who's over by the door started to turn. Then you said, not yet. And he stops, comes back. But your aunt pushes a couple buttons and goes, he's not getting out of his quarters now.
We wish to make sure that some information we were given might be correct. We have some ways to do that. And we'll probably
I
need
can show
to.
him his own rib cage while he's still conscious.
The aunt just looks at Gas for a moment and then goes, remind me to show you my crab farm.
She smiles.
I
This
don't
woman
know.
gets me.
Steelheart's going to just whisper to Joan. I don't know if I should be scared about that those two are getting along, or if I should be happy.
Both?
You're
Both
right.
is probably good. And just to let you know right now, the crab tank has 3 skulls in it at the moment.
Steel?
No.
She's like, yeah, I should have expected that.
This explains your aunt being in a relatively happy mood because it means that she's gotten to really fuck somebody
Side
up.
note, will we served crab for dinner
No.
later?
I was about to say, is that this crab bisque that we're eating? Or is that-
I imagine.
Hard sell with like a crab shell like in his teeth, like uh-oh.
I imagine
There's
some
no
of the
crab here, but the aunt does mention when you are looking around for a second like that to see if there is any. She goes, "Oh no! Passenger quarters get served crab."
I will be honest. Steelheart would have totally been on board with having crab because it's just like I know what they
Already
eat.
processed. I mean,
Yeah, I know
who
what they
knows how many
eat.
crabs you've eaten in your life that have eaten people
It's
already.
not direct cannibalism as long as you leave the stomach alone.
And even then, it's usually mostly digested by the time I eat it. Like we usually eat the oldest crabs who have already been dead for a couple of days.
If someone had like their leg amputated and it was perfectly good meat and they said you can eat my leg if you want, would you take them up on that offer?
The crabs would.
No,
Gas might. Science.
no, I'm talking to you. Like,
Steelheart
No.
probably no. Me?
Um,
I don't think
Like
so.
us as players,
yeah, I would. I would definitely
No,
eat the
no.
leg.
I wouldn't.
I am somebody who has stated since high school that if it was ethically sourced and served in front of me, I would eat human steak.
See, there you go.
Yeah, like it.
And you know what? There are scientists who have the same thought patterns I do because they cloned human meat. And you know what they did?
They ate it.
They ate it
They ate it. Yeah, they ate it.
just to know
We
what
have-
human flesh tasted like.
We do have 5 minutes, so we should probably get through the rest of this
Yeah.
conversation in character. So yeah, we have that established that they'll take care of the Michael Hart next session, most likely.
Yes.
Well, we don't want them to take care of Michael Hurt because we want to
No.
maybe ask him questions.
Yeah,
We're
that's
gonna
part of
take
taking
care
care
of
of him.
We're gonna take care of him.
We
Yes.
take care of him. Yeah. Okay.
We as a
Currently,
collective, both Steelheart's
And then
family.
if there's
and the
any
group.
parts left, they can go to the crabs.
Yes.
The the only things that have been done to Michael Hart so far is he's been served kibble and crab and been locked into his room.
Yes. Steelheart is making sure the family doesn't get too excited about.
I might put like a. Did we ever pick up like a jammer, or anything like that?
Feels.
I
Did
don't
we
think
ever
so.
pick anything up like that? Does fuck? I need Tarek here so I can ask him if he has a program that can jam transmissions, because we might want to jam his, like, any sort of outgoing communication he has, so that if he gets suspicious about us, he doesn't call for help.
Yeah. Make a note. We'll do
Well-
that at the beginning of next game.
The
I
odds.
can at least tell you where you're at. You need to have access to the ship's satellite uplink to communicate off ship.
Oh, that's actually a good point. Are there satellites still?
Yes,
Okay, so
there's moon colonies and
Right.
orbital colonies.
Yeah, but isn't there still a chance that, like, he might have trauma team, he might have like an embedded, like,
It still would have
biomed
to be-
anything?
It would still have to be able to go through the satellite uplink on the ship.
there's no satellite phone equivalent then. Gotcha.
Right.
And even then, I assume the aunt would have that room already. Like that room is probably one of the ones that have been secured.
Or at least
We're
some
not
of your
worried about it.
cousins who are net runners are at least monitoring his traffic on their uplink and ready to just go, nope, nope, nope. That's some static. That's some uplink glitch for you. That's not getting out. Nope, that's not coming in.
Oh, you're just trying to watch porn? Nah.
That's
There's
fine.
that word again.
Just fine.
Yeah. We'll let you have the porn.
We've
You're a dead
already said it. We've already said it. It's out there.
We've said it
It's
like
just-
15
this episode's
times. It's
foobar
fine.
already.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut it out.
Have fun editing, Corey. Good
No,
news,
it's going
only
up
in the
as
first, like,
is.
first 20 minutes.
We're just gonna
and the
have
last
limited.
5.
We've been bad llamas.
And just for a little bit of info for everybody, since you're going to edit this anyway, the most popular form of porn in Cyberpunk is a program known as Virtual Vicky. You go right in with your mind and have it yourself. Interactive.
I
just
did
think-
not need this information. I don't know how to
Yeah.
react.
Or yes, you can't cut it out of the stream. I know I can't. I have to like take the stream down and then.
No, you can't cut it out of the live stream, but when you usually post these up afterwards, don't you?
No, I just
so
let
the thing is,
YouTube.
you can cut audio. You can just
Sometimes
mute
edit.
audio.
He
I-
doesn't always go through the effort to edit
Yeah.
these things.
And I'm
That
gonna
is-
have to look through a 2-hour stream just for these little tiny
It
words.
only happened in the first and last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all right. It's fine. These aren't monetized anyways. They're just not going to be monetized.
If it was going to happen anywhere, it would happen in Cyberpunk.
It would happen
in
There's
Cyberpunk.
sex implants, and like there's a whole
Mr. Strike,
Anyways.
Midnight Lady.
chapters of the book about it.
Thank you everybody who's
Wow.
watched this live stream and watched as a recording. And we love you all. Wargiz, you're awesome. I had stuff to
We
say.
broke
Oh yeah. Thank you for watching The Dead Unicorn. We're here every Saturday night playing Cyberpunk. So if you like this, check us out more. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you to our patrons once again. From Tarek, James, Valkyrie, Sasha, my name's Corey, saying that if Barney the Dinosaur and Barney Rubble fought, Barney Rubble would absolutely win. And go roll some dice. Goodbye.